Hi peeps, I'm Auriel Grace, and welcome to a spiritual show. So it's summertime, and this is a pre-recorded show. I'm going to be talking about Reiki tonight. Um, Many of you have asked me about like different energy healing ways of being, and so this summer, I'm going to be talking about energy work and maybe some history of energy work and that, but a lot of it is going to be about energy work. And we're going to go through 8 weeks of this. If you have any questions or anything like that, you can always email me at agangofgirlsinc@gmail.com. So, um, I wanted to start with Reiki first because one of the first things that I learned. I learned about energy work. I learned about hands-on healing and group healing. So getting together and doing energy sessions with like 4 or 5 people, and it was pretty amazing. Um, when when I started, and I didn't know anything about Reiki. When we first started doing this, we just decided to do it, to have these group sessions. Okay, so when I learned about Reiki, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. I was actually very excited about it. I didn't hesitate to learn about Reiki. And when I received my attunements, I wrote about this in my book, I'm Psychic, Not Telepathic. I wrote about Reiki, and when I received the attunements, it's in here. So if you want to know my experience with it, with the attunements and stuff, read the Reiki chapter because it was crazy. But Reiki was like, it really helped me. It really helped open me up. So we'll talk about it. So it's a healing technique. It's a hands-on healing technique. A lot of Reiki practitioners don't actually touch you, so they'll just have their hands above wherever they're working. I'm a toucher. I will touch you, and I will let you know that I'm going to touch you. So I will say, hey, I'm going to touch your feet. I'm going to touch your knees. I'm going to touch your thighs. I'm going to touch your hips. I'm going to touch, so I'll keep telling you that. And I really think that anyone that does any kind of type of energy healing needs to say that to people, because there are some people that will be your clients that are not used to touch. And so you'll have to just let them know, hey, I'm going to touch you. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to touch your head. That way they know beforehand. Okay? So that way, again, you're being thoughtful about your client. Don't assume anything about clients, ever. Yeah. Okay. So this Reiki technique was developed in Japan during the 1920s, around that time period, by a spiritual teacher. His name was Mikao Usai. And Mikao went through a 21-day fast and meditation. So for 21 days, he fasted and he was in meditation. And he went to a retreat in Japan's sacred Mount Karuma. I think that's how you say it. Okay, Mikao Usai experienced it was very profound spiritual awakening. He believed he had received the ability to channel universal life force, and that's what Reiki is. It's the universal life force. Universal life force is all around us, and so because it's all around us, it is within us as well. All right, and it's a pretty cool legend. I'm not sure how much truth is in it, But it is pretty cool. It said that, he went up, he fasted for 21 days, he meditated, and then he received this information. It was a big download. And when he came down from the mountain, he hurt his foot. And he sat down because his foot hurt so bad he couldn't move, he couldn't walk. So he put his hands on his foot and he healed his foot. And which inspired him to found his first clinic and school in Tokyo in April 1922. So he established the Usai Reiki Healing Method Society to teach the techniques. So one of the things that he did learn was, at first the clinic was free. And he noticed that because the clinic was free, people kept coming back with the same problem. Because they weren't listening to, like, okay, so we did this Reiki treatment on you. These are the things that you need to do. Let's go do them. Okay. But he noticed that people weren't maintaining their energy. They weren't maintaining their physical bodies. And that's why they kept having chronic issues. So he started to charge people for the treatments. And he noticed that when he started charging people for treatments, that they actually paid attention to what they did after the treatments. So, something for you to think about, okay, while you're learning Reiki, or, you're becoming a holistic practitioner, is make sure that you're being paid your worth. Okay? Okay. So, one of the really cool things about Reiki is there are 5 principles of Reiki. And each day, what you do is you look at one principle and you practice that for one day. There's 5 of them. And you rotate through. And it really does help you, because it reminds you to be present. It reminds you to do good. It reminds you to be compassionate. So I'm going to read them to you. These are the 5 principles of Reiki to practice 1 per day. Just for today, I will not be angry. Let go of frustration and resentment, which weighs down your mental and physical well-being. So, the first one, just for today, I will not be angry. The second one is, just for today, I will not worry. So release anxiety about future to invite peace and trust in your current circumstances. Sometimes we get in circumstances that we're like, holy cow. But if you stop worrying, you move that energy out and you make room for strategy. You make room for assistance. So remember that as you're spinning your gears. Okay? So just for today, I will not worry. That's the second one. The third one is, just for today, I will be grateful. So gratitude and appreciation are something that are just amazing. And once you start practicing gratitude and appreciation, you'll see that your life changes. It really, truly does. And then you won't be worried. So appreciate your many blessings and the positive aspects of your life. Okay? So the third principle of Reiki is, just for today, I will be grateful. The fourth principle of Reiki is, just for today, I will do my work honestly. So, apply diligence, integrity, and mindfulness to your daily tasks and self-improvement. Be honest. Be honest with yourself so that you can be honest with others. Okay? All right. So the fourth, that's the fourth. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. All right. So the fifth one is just for today, I will be kind to every living thing. So practice deep compassion, starting with gentleness towards yourself and extending that to others. Being kind doesn't mean that you're running around doing errands for people. It's just being kind. Open a door for someone. Help someone carry their groceries. Be kind. Say a kind word. And be kind to yourself. When you're kind to yourself, again, you make room for more kindness, for more appreciation, more thoughtfulness. All right. So just for today, this is the fifth one. Just for today, I will be kind to every living being, including myself. So those 5 principles, they're pretty easy, right? Pretty basic. But those 5 principles can actually change you. And so what you do is you start at the beginning. Just for today, I will not be angry. You look at that, you practice that on Monday. Just for today, I will not worry. Practicing that on Tuesday, and so on. And keep going and just keep practicing them each day. And you will see that your perspective and you will change with that. Okay? Okay. So these 5 principles have helped me in my life. They helped remind me to be present, paying attention, grounded, centered, and connected. And when I feel that, then I'm more able to do my job, my work, help my clients. So think about that. Don't let people throw you off. Instead, stay centered, grounded, and connected. Go vertical, right? Okay. So I am a Reiki master teacher, and I've been teaching Reiki for probably like 20 or more years. And it has been an adventure. So, and like I said, you can read about it in my book, I'm Psychic, Not Telepathic. I do a chapter on Reiki. And so, but it was interesting, to say the least. But here's the deal. Reiki is universal life force, like I mentioned before. That is energy, again, that is all around us and that flows within us. Okay? Reiki affects people differently. So I have had clients that, they're carrying a lot of stuff. They come in for a session, or I do a session online, and like the next day they don't feel good because they're pushing out old stuff, right? Or they're kind of resisting that push. And sometimes people will resist me when I'm working with them. I just tell them, take a breath. It's okay. Breathe. Allow the energy to flow through you and all around you, and it will assist you so much. Okay? So you want to remember that. All right, so when you start learning about Reiki, you'll learn about hand placements for self-treatment. That's Reiki 1. Hand placements, self-treatment. All right, so you will also learn a symbol, and that is Reiki 1. You can see yourself as a vessel, and I've talked about this before. See yourself as a vessel when you're breathing in that Reiki energy and you're doing your hand placements for self-healing, you'll start to feel that energy flow through you. If you see yourself as an empty vessel being filled with universal life force consciously, and then do your hand placements, okay? Relax. All right. So you can practice on yourself anytime. I recommend doing it before you go to bed. I do it before I go to bed. I just place my hands right here and I start breathing and allowing the energy to flow through me to help me. And I always feel like I sleep better too when I do that as well. So for those of you who have a hard time sleeping, maybe this can help you. All right. So I do this, and one of the things when you start your journey through Reiki, you may want to keep a journal to see how you felt from the beginning, during, and then as you move through, if you're going to become a Reiki master teacher, as you move through to the end. All right. And then even afterwards, seeing how different you feel as you become a practitioner for yourself or others. Okay. So remember to follow the 5 principles. They will absolutely help you on your journey, because the 5 principles are great things to practice anyway, but they're great things to practice being present, being conscious. All right. So Reiki 1, 2, and 3. And I actually received 4 attunements. So I received Reiki 1 through distance, 2, 3, and 4. So Reiki 2 is you'll open yourself up for the attunement. It helps you pull in more universal life force as a vessel so that you can do distance healing as well as in-person healing. So I do a lot of distance healing now. I do most of my work is virtually. And so Reiki 2, if you're going to be doing virtual work, or if you're going to be doing personal work and in front of people, it's a great thing to have that attunement. Some people stop at Reiki 2, and that's cool. That's good. Because I really feel like if you're going to go to 3 and 4, there's got to be some kind of vision. There's got to be some kind of plan with your attunements. All right. So you'll notice at Reiki 2, you'll start to feel deeper. You'll really start to feel that energy. You'll feel it more. And it shifts your perception. It shifts your perception of the world. And so it assists with compassion and unity. All right. There are hand placements. You'll learn hand placements for others and 2 new symbols. So those symbols, you have to memorize the symbols before you go to the next level. So remember that, okay? All right. So again, seeing yourself as a vessel, allowing the energy to flow through you, and then out of you. All right. So Reiki 3 opens you for more energy to move through you as the vessel, and move through you and out of you, so that you can do your Reiki treatments. All right. Reiki 3 really helps with presence. It really helps with compassion. It helps with more conscious living, right? You start to change things in your life, maybe how you eat, how you live. The choices that you make will become different. And so it's a great attunement to have. And you'll receive 2 more symbols that you get to memorize. So becoming a Reiki master teacher is a pretty cool responsibility. It is. Because what you're doing is you're teaching people how to do attunements. You're teaching them what the attunements are for, why we give the attunements, how the energy flows through the attunements. And, it's a celebration. It really is. So remember, as you're giving Reiki attunements, to make it a ceremony. Any attunement, any Reiki attunement, make sure that it is a ceremony. Make sure that you actually are taking time to do the attunement, to allow that energy to flow through the person. Okay? So when you become a Reiki master teacher, you learn how to do the attunements. You also teach. You teach Reiki. So you can teach 1, 2, 3, and Reiki master teacher. So it's pretty awesome. I enjoy teaching. It's very fun for me. And so hopefully it'll be fun for you as well. And remember, each time you give an attunement, you're receiving. So it is like an equal exchange, right? One thing about being able to give attunements is for those people that are, sick or suffering, you can give them an attunement to assist with their healing, whatever that healing looks like for them, whether it's emotional, mental, physical, spiritual. It will help them in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Also, for people that are passing from this life, giving them a Reiki attunement so they can pass through with grace. That will assist that. It'll give them that boost to break free so that they can pass through with grace. Right? All right. So, I encourage everyone to at least receive Reiki 1. Reiki 1 is the beginning of it. It is the beginning of learning about it. It can help you break free of whatever it is that you're dealing with. It can guide you to that. It can make space for you to learn, right? And you can give yourself self-treatments. And that is a great thing, right? How could it not be great? It's a universal life force. What? It's awesome. All right. So Reiki can be used on animals. It can. Animals usually love Reiki treatment. Sometimes they'll sit there for a long time and be like, oh, wow, that was great. Sometimes you can give it to them in little bits, because they're busy. Animals are busy. They have things to do, just like small children. Small children can also receive Reiki 1. So like 5, 6-year-olds and up, they can receive Reiki 1 as well. And then you can teach them self-treatments, and you can also teach them the symbol. Symbol isn't hard. So you can bless your food and water or drink through Reiki. I did a video, I think, was it last year, about blessing water. And so you can do that, and you'll notice a difference. You will. So always keep track of your journey, as I said, because as you keep track of your journey, you're able to see the differences as you learn and grow. Because of Reiki, I learned, so this is the book I use for teaching. This is a great book. You can get it on Amazon. And she is very upfront. Like, she doesn't baloney around, which is great because, we don't want that. We want straight up learning, right? So this is a great book. And she talks about pets too, which is great. I know a lot of you have pets and you want to help your pets. So great book. And then this book because I learned about Reiki, I started learning about chakras. And this book here is one of the best books that I have purchased and used to teach with. It is very well explained, very clear. And so you may want to check this out. Again, Amazon. I think I got it. Yeah. No, I actually got it from the author. But I know you can get it on Amazon because I've referred other people to it. Okay? And then this book. I actually got this at the thrift store. Anatomy 101. And it teaches you basic anatomy. So I am not a medical person. I don't know anything about medicine. I know about like herbs and teas and combining spices and herbs and teas, but I don't know anything about medicine, so I had to learn anatomy. And this is a great book. I can understand what it's talking about. So you may want to find an anatomy book too. All right. Those 3 books can assist you on your journey, and then you can expand more. Of course I have more books, but those 3 books are good books to start out with, and you'll be able to learn more and combine and understand how energy works through the body through those books. Okay? All right. So, that's what I got to say about Reiki. And we're going to be talking about more energy modalities this summer. So, next week, it'll be very fun for us. But this week, please stay safe. Have a wonderful week. And remember, keep your heart open and aligned with the energy of love. And I'll see you next time. Bye.